Hi everyone, Boomer here in the Dream Giveaway Garage, and today I'm going to take you on a little tour of our beautiful C-10 Dream Giveaway. So what you can see here behind me is an absolutely magnificent truck. This is a 72 C-10 Cheyenne. Of course, it's a long way from when it rolled off the line back in 1972. This truck is a full resto mod. And when I say full resto mod, I mean no expense was spared when they built this beautiful truck. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about the truck itself, and I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story, and then we'll do a complete walk around and I'll get you kind of the ins and outs. But I love car stories, and I know a lot of you out there love car stories too, so I'm going to tell you a truck story. This truck started out its life in California. A guy bought this truck and he started building it, and he took it to a level. I mean, it was a beautiful truck at that point. It ended up on the cover of a magazine, and then he was pretty much done with the truck. So he sells the truck. Guy in Oklahoma buys the truck, takes it to another level, ends up kind of the way you see it here. The second guy changed the suspension on it, changed the motor on it, changed the interior on it, changed the paint on it, finished out a lot of things that the other guy had done a little bit differently. But after the end of that second build, this is kind of what you end up with is this truck here. So like I said, 1972 C-10 Cheyenne pickup truck. This thing runs on full air ride. It is an absolutely wonderful system. It's got an LS3 motor in it. The LS3 is stroked from 6.2 to 6.8. It's got a retro kit on it. It looks amazing. The interior is done in a red and white checker. It's got custom auto sound. It's got a custom bed. It's got a lot of custom metal work in it, especially for the tubs on this thing, both front and rear. So tell you what we'll do. Let's start up front. I'll crack open the hood on this thing and we'll talk about the engine. Right. Underneath the hood, absolutely amazing. This is, like I said, this is an LS motor, LS3, stroked to 6.8, and it has a retro kit on it. All done in Chevy orange with the classic valve covers. I mean, all the accessories are blacked out. It's got Hydro Boost. It's got air conditioning. I mean, just an amazing, amazing motor. It's got vintage looking hooker headers on it, connected to a custom exhaust that runs all the way back, comes out the back of the truck. But one of the things that you'll notice underneath here are the inner Fender Wells. These are all hand-formed steel. The tubs were cut, the Fender Wells were cut, they were welded in, and then all of those welds were smoothed out, and then it was all sprayed, and it is absolutely as smooth as anything you've ever seen. This motor is absolutely fantastic. I mean, it's got aircraft grade connectors on it for all of your waterworks. Just an amazing, beautiful, blacked out, classic, retro Chevy motor. You can see how clean all this is up here. It's got an insert up under the hood, keeps everything all nice and clean. It's got really cool prop rods on the hood, goes up and down nice. We put a brand new stainless steel grill in this thing. It's all super shiny. Bumpers are beautifully chromed. I mean, this is an absolutely gorgeous truck. So that's about it for the motor. And we'll just go walk around. We'll go over to the side of the truck. I'll show you some of the stuff that's over there. All right, standing next to this beautiful 72 C-10, you can see kind of the profile now down the side of this truck. Just absolutely gorgeous in black and white. It's so classic look. All the trim on this truck is brand spanking new. It's just in beautiful condition. And of course, one of the things you notice are these shot wheels. 22-inch front and rear. man, these things are just absolutely gorgeous with the red line tires. It kind of really sets it off. Side marker lights here, all new chrome on those, and they're smoked front and rear. Gives it a really cool look. Underneath, you've got Willwoods, front and back for the brakes. These are cross-drilled rotors, and this thing has Hydro Boost brake system in it, as I mentioned before, so it stops very, very well. Will stop on a dime. You start to get a look at some of the interior here. That red plaid interior is absolutely just retro cool in this thing. And right now, the truck is actually sitting up. So in a couple minutes, what we'll do is we'll give a pull back here and show you how this thing actually goes up and down, and you'll get to hear the motor, which sounds amazing. Okay, let's take a jump inside and we'll do some of the interior, and then I'll start it up for you. All right, sitting here in this truck, it's almost a throwback. I mean, I love the interior in this truck. It's classic, but it's updated, which is really cool. You've got a great little steering wheel here. And in front of you, you've got classic instrument gauges. They all work. You've got everything you need. You've got speedo, you've got tach, you've got an indicator up here that tells you what gear you're in. This is a 4L80E automatic 5-speed overdrive. It has a low car shifter in it, automatic, really cool. We've put in a brand new custom auto sound radio and some speakers in here so you can have a few tunes while you're rolling down the road. And it's even got vintage air system in it, so it's fully air conditioned. And so on those hot days when you're out there cruising around with your friends or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whoever it is, you can be cool and comfortable inside the cab. I'm going to fire this thing up, and I'll show you how this RideTech air system actually works. It's custom installed here in the center console, which is really neat. So let me get the truck fired up, and we'll take her up and down and show you how it sounds and how this thing looks. It's super cool. She fires right up, and right now this thing is sitting at ride height, so it's really, really neat. All your gauges come on. The truck itself has only got just a little over 2,400 miles on it since it was built. And it is absolutely ready to run. This thing is so much fun. I mean, you take it to get gas, you take it down to get a part, you take it down to do whatever it is you're doing in this truck, and people just flock to it because it is so cool. And the motor just sounds amazing. All right, while I got her running here, I'm gonna drop her down to your park setting. This is your drive setting. So hit the button here, and down she goes. So when you pull up to the cruise in, car show, whatever, you roll up, you hit number one, thing is going to drop itself down, it levels itself out, and man, it looks so cool sitting down on the ground. All right, now we're going to take it back up, so we're done with our car show. You can jump in it, you're ready to go back out, you're going to drive back out of the parking lot. Hit the second, button 2, truck returns to ride height. Absolutely seamless, it's beautiful. This system actually has a third setting as well. Setting number 3 actually lifts the front end up just a little bit higher, and so you can get over high curbs or whatever if you've got to go into a parking lot that's a little bit higher. So just a really cool, amazing system that's set up in this. So let me shut her down, and I'm going to move around, and we're going to talk about a few things back in the back in the bed. The bed in this truck is just absolutely stunning. It's probably one of my favorite things about this little C-10. The bed itself is made out of bamboo, and then you've got the metal strips that run in it that are painted in a semi-gloss black that matches the rest of everything else. It runs the theme through the motor, the engine compartment, back through the interior of the truck, and then back into the bed. The bed itself has been raised about 8 inches. So it sits up high, and then of course what you see are these wonderful tubs that are in here, and that allows these 22-inch shots to come all the way up in here when you slam this thing down on the ground. Because when it goes down, I mean it goes down. It's down on the ground in the weeds. But just an absolutely gorgeous bed. Every time we take this truck out, everybody who sees it will come around to the bed of this truck and they'll be like, oh man, what is that bed? Well, it's bamboo. People are like, really? Yeah, it really is. It's bamboo. It's got a beautiful gloss finish on it, and it is stunning. So I tell you, whoever gets this truck, you are really, really going to enjoy taking this out, taking it to car shows, showing it off to your friends, because you'll be making a lot of new ones with this truck, I guarantee it. So let's do just a little bit. I got a couple things to show you on the rear end of this truck, and then we'll look at wrapping it up. All right, back of this truck is just as beautiful as the front of this truck. Obviously finished in the black and white back here. You've got the brand new Chevy fixture back here, and it is gorgeous. Bumpers are beautiful. Of course, the tailgate still works. It folds down. It's got bed liner on it. You've got a little bit up under here. You've got a custom plate up under here too. It's really hard to see, but goes over the top of the battery. It's got some gorgeous pinstriping on it. You might be able to get a little bit something up under here. I wouldn't recommend it, but you could if you really had to. You can see here kind of how the bed's been raised on this. Beautiful metal work that keeps all this bed, the raised bed, in check. But man, I tell you, just an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous truck. So let's move back around. We're going to move back up front and talk about a couple things, and then we'll close it out. One of the other really cool and tricked out things about this truck that you can't even see, but you really can feel it when you get to drive this thing, is you know it's got a Ride Tech suspension underneath it. But what you don't know is that they went the extra step with this suspension. I mean, it's all custom stuff. But in addition to your air ride system, you've also got KYB gas shocks at each corner. So when you drive this truck, you don't get that kind of harshness that you normally get out of an air ride system. You get a really relatively smooth riding, well handling truck. So this thing, obviously, absolutely beautiful 1972 C-10 resto mod that we want one of you folks out there to win. Remember, go to dreamgiveaway.com, enter the promo code that you see with this video, and you can get bonus tickets on this truck. All the money that we raise off of these cars and these trucks all goes to help 7 great charities. We're talking about New Beginnings Children's Homes, the Smile Network, Honor Flight of West Central Florida, Detroit Rescue Mission, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, the National Guard Education Foundation, and Bright Pink. So every dime that you donate goes to help these charities. You're helping military veterans, you're helping families, you're helping kids. You're doing a lot of good with your money, and you get a chance to win one of these awesome vehicles. This one just happens to be this gorgeous 72 C-10. So remember, as I like to say, enter early, enter often. You don't want to miss the chance to put this gorgeous truck in your driveway and impress all your friends. So that's about all we've got time for today here in the Dream Giveaway Garage. I'm Boomer. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope to see you next time in the Dream Giveaway Garage.